I had always been a lurker on Reddit, scrolling through threads late at night, diving into horror stories that made my skin crawl. They were just stories, urban legends, creepy encounters, the kind of things you read to get a little adrenaline rush before bed. But that night was different. I had been scrolling through no sleep, looking for something unsettling, when a new post caught my eye. It had no upvotes, no comments, as if it had just been posted. The title sent a chill through me. A man who reads this will not sleep tonight. I hesitated, then clicked. The post was short. He's sitting in his room, scrolling, looking for something scary to read. He's alone. The lights are dim. There's a drink on his desk, half finished. His phone is within reach. He's starting to feel uneasy now, but he keeps reading anyway. He doesn't notice the time. He doesn't notice the shadow standing just outside his door. My mouth went dry. My drink was on my desk. My phone was next to me. The time was 2:13 a.m. I glanced at my door. It was closed. I swallowed hard and kept reading. His breathing is slow, but his pulse is faster now. He shifts in his chair, feeling the air in the room change. He's wondering if he should stop reading, but it's too late. He's already been seen. I exhaled, forcing a laugh. It had to be a coincidence, a well-written psychological trick to get under the reader's skin. It was working. My fingers hovered over my keyboard. I wanted to refresh the page, see if anyone had commented. Then my phone rang. I jumped so hard my knee hit the desk. The sound shattered the silence of my apartment. My screen lit up. Unknown caller. I stared at it. My breath caught in my throat. My thumb hovered over the decline button. It rang again. I picked up. Silence. A deep, steady breath. Then, a voice. Don't turn around. I froze. My body locked in place. The call disconnected. My heartbeat slammed against my ribs. My hands were clammy. I turned my monitor off, the reflection of my dimly lit room flickering against the dark screen. I wasn't alone. There was a shadow. Right behind me. I couldn't move. My body refused to obey, locked in place by something far stronger than fear. My breath was shallow, barely audible over the ringing in my ears. I wanted to believe it was my imagination, a trick of the dim light reflecting off the screen. But the shadow didn't disappear. It didn't shift with the glow of my monitor. It stood still, watching. I swallowed hard and forced my voice to work. Hello? My own voice sounded weak, uncertain, like I was calling into a void. Nothing. My mind screamed at me to run, to get up, to move. But my body stayed frozen. I could feel it now. A presence lingering just out of sight, pressing against the edges of my awareness. The weight of something unsane. Then my screen flickered. The Reddit page refreshed on its own. The post was still there, but it had changed. He knows now. He's seen the shadow. He's read too much. The story isn't finished yet. My stomach twisted. Another line appeared, letter by letter, as if someone was typing it in real time. He will hear the knock next. I barely had time to process the words before. A knock. 3 soft taps against my door. I nearly fell out of my chair. My breath hitched, a sharp, panicked sound. I turned toward the door, heart hammering so hard it hurt. I hadn't imagined it. Someone or something was on the other side. I forced myself to stand. My legs felt weak, like I had been sitting for hours, drained of energy. My apartment was silent, except for the hum of my computer and the distant sound of traffic outside. I took a step forward, then another. The air felt heavier, thicker, as if the very atmosphere around me was resisting my movement. I reached for the doorknob with a shaking hand, hesitating just before touching the cold metal. Then, another knock. Softer this time, almost expectant. I wasn't breathing anymore. My mind raced through possibilities. A prank? A coincidence? Or was I inside the story now? My phone buzzed in my pocket. The screen lit up with a new notification. Another Reddit message. I glanced at my monitor. The post had updated again. He's standing at the door. He's holding his breath. He's about to make the wrong choice. My fingers hovered over the doorknob. I didn't want to open it. I knew I shouldn't open it, but my body wasn't listening. I twisted the knob. The door creaked open just an inch, enough to let the stale, cold air from the hallway seep in, enough to confirm that there was no one standing there, no footsteps echoing down the hall, just the empty corridor, dimly lit by the flickering overhead light. But I knew better. I felt it. The presence, the same weight in the air, the same suffocating sensation that had pressed against me in my room. It wasn't gone. It was waiting. My phone buzzed again. Another message. You shouldn't have done that. I slammed the door shut. My heart pounded as I locked it, my back pressed against the wood. My mind raced. I needed to get out, leave my apartment, go anywhere but here. But as I turned back toward my desk, I froze. The Reddit post had changed again. Too late. A new sound filled the room. Pages turning. Not from my computer, not from my phone. From behind me. The closet door, which I had never opened, was now slightly ajar. Inside, in the darkness, something moved. My screen glitched. The last message appeared in distorted, broken text. The story ends when you do. The whispering began. And this time, it was calling my name. I didn't wait. I bolted. Grabbing my phone, I yanked open my apartment door and ran into the hallway. I didn't stop to lock it. I didn't even look back. I just sprinted down the dimly lit corridor, my footsteps echoing as I reached the stairwell and stumbled. Outside, the cold night air hit me like a slap, but it didn't make me feel any safer. The street was empty, the city somehow quieter than it should have been. My chest heaved as I tried to steady my breath, my mind still racing with the last words I had seen. The story ends when you do. Was this all some elaborate trick? A game? A sick joke? My phone buzzed again. Another message. I hesitated, my thumb hovering over the screen. It was a Reddit notification. A new post. I swallowed hard and tapped to open it. The title sent a fresh wave of terror through me. He ran, but he can't run forever. The post had no comments, no upvotes. Just one sentence at the bottom. He's reading this right now. I felt it again. That weight, that presence, right behind me. The last thing I remember is turning around. And then, nothing. Was this story real or just another dark web mystery? Let me know in the comments. If you love creepy stories, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new tale. But remember, some stories should never be left unfinished.